Check. Okay. Well, hello, people of the internet. My name is BJ. This is the 15-minute BJ podcast, and I am joined today by the lovely and talented Jason Mann. Say hello, Mr. Mann.
What is up?
I just wanted to have this guy on the podcast specifically because I look to him as a great inspiration and also a role model of kind of where I wanted to be when I first started doing this solo acoustic music stuff. He was already one foot in the door, and I saw him at, where do we, I think I met you at the Kel Bordell thing in Fox News, right? Like when they did that Fox Sports show.
Oh, yeah, downtown, that's right.
And one of my friends, Jake Skolnick, and also Jason's friend, he seems to also look up to you. So when I look up to somebody and they look up to somebody, I got to pay respect. So
boom.
I'm very, very excited to have you on the podcast and pick your brain a little bit about being a working musician and some of the struggles we go through. So before we get to that, though, I don't want to keep on talking too much. I want you to introduce yourself. So tell people about yourself, Mr. Mann.
Full-time musician. My name is Jason Mann. Full-time musician in San Diego. I do corporate, private, casino, wedding, whatever else kind of gigs you could think of. I opened up a Rubio's the other day. That was pretty fun. It's all I do. So it's a great life and loving it and just love the hustle.
Yeah, definitely hustle, I think, is a appropriate word to describe what you do because nobody I know fits into so many slots. And
That's what she said.
I just love the fact that you're such a down-to-earth, cool dude that, you know, I can actually relate to. I feel like somebody in your position would be a little bit more uptight, but you're...
I'm actually kind of a dick, dude. You get to know me? I'm kind of a dick.
The best aspect, though.
Yeah.
So something I want to talk to you about, because it's something I don't get to do very often, is your casino gigs. You play a lot of gigs. You played over 180 gigs last year, you said, and some of them were big-time casino gigs. So how did you line that up? How did you go from, you know, just Jason Mann, the solo acoustic guy, to Jason Mann, purveyor of casino music?
A lot of it was just pounding the phone, getting the contact name. I actually kind of a visual person, so I actually had to go out to the casino, see the stage, and visualize myself playing there, and then I hit the phone. And real key to have a professional video business card. You got to have a good EPK that the booker can take one look at and say, boom, I want these guys. They know how to put on a show. They're tight. They look professional, and just go from there.
I think that's definitely something that I've learned from you, or just, you know, somehow by osmosis picked it up, is I've tightened up a lot of my presentation. I know that once I get into a venue and I can start talking to people, entertaining the crowd a little bit, that's my bread and butter. That's where everybody gets to love me. But that first step of actually meeting me, I'm a pretty awkward, dorky dude, so nobody really wants to deal with me up front. So I tried to put on a little Jason Mann and just go in there and be professional. It's helped. I've gotten a few gigs that way.
Nice.
No casinos yet, but I'm keeping the fingers crossed.
All right.
So we also are going to talk a little bit about the music that you play, because if you've got these great gigs, I know you have to have like that go-to song that, you know, the bars and casinos and everybody, you know, that's the moneymaker. So you don't have to play the whole thing, but what do you think is that song?
It depends on the venue. What venue you're talking about?
I would just say, like, what's the general, what song do you play at every show and it usually is a hit?
Country Roads, but I'm not playing that right now.
Country Roads.
Little John Denver. Yeah, I'm not playing that right now. A lot of the classic stuff works. My set list is specifically designed not for, you know, millennials or 21-year-old hot chicks, primarily because they don't tip. They don't have any money. So my set list is designed, for the most part, for baby boomers. You know, older folks who come in or at a venue and say, boom, I got 20 to drop on this because it did that song and it did it in a way that I like and it made my day a little better. And I mean, it's all business, baby.
Yeah, see, I know we're not going to get any of the secrets from you, and I wouldn't want to divulge into that, but it's interesting to see that, you know, there is an intentional plan when it goes into actually making your set list for some of these bigger gigs or even smaller gigs, any gig probably, right?
Oh, yeah, all the time. Most of the casino stuff was obviously top 40. That was when I had the 5-piece band, Random Radio, then it was called the Slick Tickets. Most of that was top 40. Journey, Bon Jovi, Bruno Mars, you know, stuff like that. All I'm doing now is solo, duo, and trio stuff, and that's my little bit older set list. You know, not everything's up-tempo, not everything's making women dance, but, you know, it's songs that resonate. A lot of Jim Croce, a lot of Dan Fogelberg, classic 70s stuff, classic 60s stuff that you hear the first lick and you're like, boom, I know that song. You can get into it. So
You want to give us one of those licks? Let's see if I can name one of these songs.
All right.
Just give us the lick, and I'll see if I can figure it out.
No.
Crocodile Rock. I don't know.
I didn't play it very well. Jim Croce, Operator.
I'm exactly one of those people you told me this set list was not designed for.
Yeah, exactly. You would not be tipping me, dude. That's
But
for sure.
actually, no, I'd probably be giving you the whole thing because I appreciate good performance, and you've definitely got that buttery, like I belong on stage like persona. It's
Buttery.
not necessarily even a persona. I wouldn't call it like an act. You are. It's the quintessential rock star.
I tell people to fuck themselves occasionally. Yeah, the weekend before Christmas, that was harsh. There was so many overserved people around. I don't know, it was because they were depressed and they didn't know whether we're going to get anything for Christmas good or something. But yeah, a lot of overserved people.
That is a thing that happens. I mean, especially in bars, you're going to get those drunk idiots that want to come up. I had a dude the other day come up to me, and I bet this happens to you all the time. Somebody recommends a song, and you're like, I don't know that song. And then they say the name of the band, and you're like, I don't know that band.
Yeah.
And then they'll say the song again, like as if just saying the name of the band and the song helps you. And you're like, I'll just play this.
Yeah.
I'll play something else for you.
Yeah, no, I walked into one of my venues the weekend before Christmas. I had my equipment still in my hand, and the first thing I see is a guy taking a flying header into the wall. Just couldn't even stand up, And then the next day I had a gig.
And he's the first one to yell out Freebird.
Yeah,
always.
I think he was pretty non-functional after that.
Probably yelled Freebird as diving into the wall.
Yeah. And then I had and then the same night somebody got almost in a fight with the bartender, which was amazing.
Don't they know Santa's watching?
Stuff was just this was a Muslim chick, so.
Oh yeah, she doesn't play the Santa.
I don't know if Santa was on the menu, but yeah, that was a weird weekend. That's the only thing I don't like about music. Is that usually I'm good at entertaining drunk folks. I love it. It's good. It's like a X Factor or whatever. But you get the angry ones or the depressed ones, and it's just like, oh my god, dude. Just easy.
Some people a song cannot fix.
Yeah.
Don't let Bono fool you.
Yeah,
Music
no.
can't fix the whole world, but
Just makes
most
it worse.
of it maybe.
Yeah, it just makes it worse sometimes.
Especially if it's the song they want, but not how they want it. Like,
Yeah.
I get that all the time. I get, you played Sublime too fast. Like, yeah, man. Like, if I played it slow and acoustic, y'all fall asleep.
Yeah. I had some guy come up the other day and he goes, hey, can I try one? And I stopped and I looked at him and I was like, try one? Let me tell you the 8 reasons why that statement is wrong right now. And I was a little nicer to him, obviously, because I'm at a paid venue, but I was like, no way, guy.
Yeah, you always get those people that want to play your guitar, like, especially, this is part of the reason I don't take breaks anymore. Like, I'll play an entire 4-hour set without leaving the stage.
Jesus.
Because people always want to grab your shit when you're not on stage. Like, they'll get up to the mic, some girls always tries to sing karaoke.
Oh, I always turn my mic off.
They shout out their friends or
mic is
whatever.
Always off. Dude.
Yeah, it's terrible. Yeah. It's a war zone out there. So yeah, I've just adapted and I play every song I know if I have to, just to not get off stage.
Nice. I dig your coping mechanism. That's cool.
Yeah, and it seems to help usher the drunk people through a little faster because if you give too many breaks, then they think they're the attention again. They get all loud and drunk. So
yeah, I hear you.
But I want to hear some of that intentional song playing. So maybe not Country Roads, but if you got like that go-to song that you could think of right now, I would like to sign this podcast off with one of those, and then we'll have you on again later to talk a little bit more about the music industry because I know you got a lot of a brain to pick here.
Cool.
So we're gonna sign off right now. This is Jason Mann, and I'm gonna let him talk and sign us off.
Hope I remember the song.
Excellent job, Sylvie. We'll see you next time.
Peace.